we are once again, Clement's Homebrew.
Yes, here we are.
With another beer review.
Well, this one...
wearing the official shirts today.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Here, let me... How's that look? Oh. Did you get it?
Got it.
Oh, okay, there you go. We got our shirts, because you know what? Portland Brewfest is coming up, and we gotta have shirts for it.
Gotta have the shirts.
We'll
be there for opening. We're
gonna
be there with Man Bear Pig. He'll be flying up from San Diego for the event.
I mean, who won it? I mean, it's Portland Brewfest. It's awesome.
But meanwhile, we've got another beer review for you today. This should be a fun one. This is Collaboration #2 from Boulevard Brewing. And it's so interesting because, you know, I love when they do these collaborations. This was a collaboration of Boulevard Brewing and Deschutes. But each of them had their own kind of spin on it. What was it called? Conflux 2, I think, by Deschutes?
Well, it's funny that they made this first, but then they came up with the Deschutes Chainbreaker, remember?
Yeah. It was based off those partly, yeah.
And I'll tell you one thing. I had a sweet little blonde. She made me some fantastic beer bread with some Chainbreaker. Amazing. She's going to be making me more beer bread because she's awesome. Why not?
So, anyway, this one got a little higher ratings than the one produced that was Conflux 2 by Deschutes. So, you know, I said, let's go for it. It always kind of scares me, though, when it's like a wine bottle opening.
Oh.
I wish you could have seen the nice smoke that was coming out.
Yeah, there was a little smoke coming out.
Oh, I smell some white grape just as it opened even. Oh. So this is an interesting beer because... Oh, there's still some smoke coming up. Because this is supposed to be a showcase of Deschutes' knowledge of hops and of... and of Boulevard's knowledge of Belgian beers.
Well, obviously this is a good collaboration, I would say.
This is a great collaboration.
There we go.
And we're going to take full advantage of it. Yeah, the intention was to marriage like a Belgian Wit with the characteristics of an American IPA.
Yeah.
And they used a Belgian yeast with this and a large amount of bold American hops. So, and by the way, the props for this really go to, as I understand, Stephen Pauwels from Boulevard Brewing and Larry Sidor at Deschutes Brewing. And this is really beautiful beer, isn't it?
I mean, I don't know about you, but just look at that. That's the most
the colors
intriguing beer I've ever seen. You can see layers in it.
In fact, you know what? I can see like some sediment falling, so they might have done like bottle fermentation on this.
Yeah, we might have not wanted to pour too hard. We'll get.
Oh no, you got to get all the good stuff in there.
Yeah, we'll get some good stuff today.
As well as bubbles coming up. I got a 1E as a 2-finger head, but the color's spectacular for like a wit.
Yeah, well, put mine over there, and you put mine in the super light. It's really clear. You can see through it. It's really thick in the center.
Yeah, well, I see hazy because of my fingers. But
oh yeah, it's definitely hazy, but it's awesome.
I want to get a nose on this.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like it's like a lightly sweet, but wheat. I get the wheat scents coming through.
There's a subtle hint of hops in there.
Yeah, it is kind of subtle, isn't it?
Oh, I got something on my nose.
Boy, I almost get a little bit of orange off of that as well.
There's
floral.
There's spices in there. There's like, you know, like, I don't know.
Like a little coriander or something. I don't have enough room in here. We poured so much, I really can't swirl it tonight. So as soon as he's ready, I'm ready to get a taste of this.
I don't know. It's just... It's just, it's earthy. It's got like that
Yeah,
cut
nice
grass
earthy
scent to it or something.
Nice
like
earthy
that.
scent.
I
You're
don't
right
know.
about that.
I got a little bit more. Okay, well, cheers. Hold on.
Yeah, absolutely.
My mouth's watering.
Wow, you really immediately get the spices, don't you? And I sure did.
Ooh.
A lot of spices.
It's got a lot of, it's very bubbly. It doesn't seem very carbonated, but it's very bubbly. Like it's a light carb.
You know, at the end, I'm getting a little bit of like the banana taste off of the off the yeast, and definitely get coriander off of it.
It's got a great wheat taste. It's actually pretty subtle on the hops. This is a lot lighter of a hop, but as it's kind of like sitting in the back of my throat and mouth, I'm starting to feel the hops, the IBUs, which is very subtle. But I also still have that banana-y taste in the back too, which is intriguing because obviously the wheats and the
you get the hops kind of build in the back. You get a bitterness that builds, and yet still very subtle. It's not really strong at all. Very effervescent. A lot of bubbles to this.
Definitely have lots of honey. I'm tasting spices in there.
Okay, just for me, it has a lot of grassy notes. Almost a little funk to it, just very lightly. The spices are strong, so strong they overpower a lot because you got some orange, some nice orange, a little bit, and some good floral going on. A little lemon.
It's very citric, which is nice.
Yeah, you get a bit of an astringency on the finish, kind of a bite at the end.
You know, for this being so cloudy, I expected it to feel thicker, but it's very light. It's a very light beer for how thick it looks through the...
It is. It's very interesting. At certain parts, it's almost chewy and gives you a medium body, and yet it's really light feeling, probably because it's a wit. But yeah, an interesting beer.
Well, how about you go first? You got...
You know, I gotta say, I personally am kind of disappointed. With all the hype going behind this, maybe I had too great an expectation, but for using a lot of American hops, I was expecting to pull out more of some of the, either the East Coast piney flavors or some of the West Coast juicy fruits, and they just didn't spring out. They didn't pop out like that. I know this is more of a wheat beer, but I've had some of these wheat beers that have some of that. And it has kind of a dank bitterness at the end. So, honestly, for me personally, I can't put this into the 90s. I've had, I think Chainbreaker was actually fantastic.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I gotta go with like an 86. For me.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're right in the Boulevard. I mean, this isn't like the most spectacular beer ever. I wouldn't like drink this one and then go straight off, we gotta put this on the beer channel. That's what happened when I drink the Chainbreaker. I was like, let's go throw this up there. I mean, but I mean, when you're gonna put IPA in and say white IPA, you gotta have a little bit more hoppiness to it, at least for me. But
you gotta have some of the flavor and aroma in there.
Yeah, and there was no aroma. It was very subtle with the hops and everything. So. But it's still a well-made beer. I mean, it's something that everyone should try. Go for it. Actually, I'm going to hit right there with you. I think I'm going to put it in 86.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, it's a good beer, but it didn't knock me off my socks. I like it. I'll tell you that.
You know, for overall, the one thing I'm going to say is that it's not listed this way per se. I mean, it depends on where you read, but this is very much a spiced beer. And personally, I'm not, for the most part, I'm not really probably big on spice beers. So when we go overall, it's our personal taste. I'm not huge on spice beers. Man, I want to get that really nice malt character and really nice character of the hops and so forth. but depends on what adjuncts you put into it. And they don't really tell us what adjuncts, but there's a lot of spices going on in this. And I don't care for that so much. So now on an overall, I have to drop this all the way down to an 81 for me.
Well, I'm in the same category. I'm going to drop it. But because of the quality of the beer, and it does really taste well. I mean, you definitely get the Belgium style and the IPA. I'm really excited about that because I do like hops in my beers. For me, as an overall, I'm still gonna stick it with an 84. It's a definitely good range beer. I mean, it's above what you can get out there. But I like it. It's good.
So there it is. And by the way, if you've had this, I want to know what you think about it. Collaboration N02 White IPA by Boulevard. If you've had the Conflux 2 by Deschutes,
oh yeah,
I would really love to hear what you have to say about that as well.
Yeah.
As always, write some notes. We'd love to hear from you, good, bad, or indifferent. And we will see you soon on another beer review. We've got some fun things coming up. We're going to continue with our IPA because we've got a lot of IPAs ready to roll.
I thought we got rid of all the IPAs.
We brought in some more. And we've had some great beer trades from the East Coast.
Yay!
So some awesome things on the way, which I'll show him shortly.
All right.
Till next time.
Guys.